Versatile Mage. Chapter 202 I'm Rich. There were many things appearing in this auction that Mo Fan had never even heard of in his life. Zhao Mannion explained some of them to Mo Fan. Many of these items were things Mo Fan was very interested in. For example, some of the magic tools with supplementary effects. Magic equipment and magic tools had definite differences. Magic equipment was able to link itself to the soul. Once activated, it could transform into a special piece of battle equipment. Magic tools, on the other hand, were mostly supplementary, granting nourishing effects but unable to be directly activated. For example, one of the items sold in the auction was called the Poison Fire Ring. This kind of ring was a magic tool. It added a poisonous effect to all of the caster's fire magic. Unfortunately, this kind of ring cost far more than a spirit-grade fire seed, and Mo Fan was unable to purchase it. The next item is something even more people will be interested in. It is a blue velvet sparrow's egg. After going through appraisal, it is confirmed that this egg has a 100% chance of hatching. Summoner magicians, you may bid your price. Oh, I almost forgot. This blue velvet sparrow possesses the Penglai Skylark bloodline. As long as you raise it to adulthood, its strength will be no weaker than that of a full-grown warrior-level magical beast. The blue velvet sparrow is enough to take one flying, and an incomparable mount for flight. Its lowest price is 70 million RMB, so everyone can start bidding now. The auctioneer's face looked focused as he said this. As soon as the blue velvet sparrow's egg came out, a disturbance went through the auction hall. Although the price started at 70 million, bidding came from everywhere. Mo Fan was almost scared by these rich people. In his previous world, 100 million RMB was a number people wouldn't even dare to think about. However, the blue velvet sparrow's egg was selling for 70 million plus. And that was the lowest price. You're also a summoner. Don't you have any plans to get yourself a young one to nurture? Zhao Mannion asked Mo Fan, who was sitting next to him. Do you think I look like a person who would be able to afford that? Mo Fan smiled bitterly. There were only two types of magicians that could manage beasts. One of them was telepathic magicians, and the other was summoning magicians. The intermediate magic for the summoning element was contract summoning. Contract summoning and dimensional summoning had two very large differences. Dimensional summoning summoned a wandering beast and put a soul imprint in them so they could fight for you. This kind of creature had a limited time it could stay around. Furthermore, you never knew when they would die within the summon plane, or if they might simply refuse to participate in battle. Contract summoning was the true core spell of summoning magicians. The summoner would be able to go out into the wild to find a magical beast to form a contract with. Once the contract was done, the magical beast would become the contracted beast of the magician, and 100% loyal, attending to its master at all times. Frankly speaking, dimensional summoning was only temporary. While the magical beast was out, it would continuously use mana. The longer it battled in the real world, the more mana it would consume. A contract summoning, however, was the true deal. The summoner would be signing a contract with an existence that already lived in this world. Once the contract was successful, the magical beast could be considered tamed, and would become a lifelong companion. Wasting your resources on your dimensional creature is really useless. The dimensional creature is not a long-term companion. However, the contracted beast is something you can spend as many resources as you want on, and it will also reciprocate that to you. I suggest that if you obtain some kind of resource for refining a beast, you'd better leave it for your own contract beast, Zhao Mannion advised. 70 million is not something I can afford. Bro, why would you want to buy a blue velvet sparrow? Magical beasts that can fly have always been extremely expensive, Zhao Mannion said. Alright. The summoning Stardust advancing to Nebula level would require just a bit more time. Although having one more summoned beast would increase his combat prowess by several times, seeing the price of the blue velvet sparrow made Mo Fan feel like getting hold of a young beast would take him who knew how many years. These things were expensive. As of right now, Mo Fan was at the intermediate level, and all these things were only useful for intermediate magicians. However, once he reached the advanced level, just what kind of prices would these things go up to? Casually a few $100 million. No wonder why they said if you didn't have money, don't become a magician. It was so true. The next item being sold is one that cut the line. Don't be anxious everyone, this line cutting item will definitely be something you will need. The auctioneer waved his hand to indicate for the girl to bring the new treasure up to the stage. Look at this container. I believe everyone should already know what we're auctioning off this time. The auctioneer said with a slight smile. Soul essence. What level of soul essence? If it is the servant level, then it'd be too unsuitable for this place. The auctioneer purposely built suspense. He waited until everyone began talking before continuing. This is a warrior level soul essence. This came from a parasitic type magical beast. Everyone most likely knows that the more special the soul essence is, the higher the probability for it to become a nebula magical tool. Just like a stardust magic tool, the nebula magic tool is always in demand but short in supply. The most important material, the soul essence, is most likely something everyone here loves. We will begin the auction of the parasitic type warrior level soul essence, starting price 12 million. From the starting price, one could see there was no need to worry about this item not being auctioned off. Even something like the blue velvet sparrow egg could be sold for a lot of money. Furthermore, since it was for summoners, the bidding battles weren't too fierce, as the people needing it were quite limited. However, soul essence could be directly linked with a stardust magic tool or a nebula magic tool. Just which magician wouldn't require one? A warrior level soul essence was not as expensive as a blue velvet sparrow egg. However, the bidding contest was still just as fierce. The second they heard that this was an extremely rare parasitic type soul essence, the bid price began to climb. Soul essence is one of the best sellers. In the future, if you acquire more soul essences, you can contact the appraisal master from today on. They're from our Zhao family. He definitely won't swindle you, Zhao Mannion told Mo Fan. Mo Fan was shocked. This warrior level soul essence was worth at least 10 million. However, Mo Fan quickly realized the people in the audience were bidding far higher. This thing was indeed very rare. No wonder why it could directly cut into the line. Fortunately, the little loach pendant was able to collect soul remnants and soul essences. What if I just earn money by selling soul essences in the future? Speaking of which, Mo Fan's little loach pendant seemed to have some special abilities that he himself was not sure about. Otherwise, how could others kill numerous magical beasts yet be unable to collect a single soul essence, while he had already acquired two? When he had the opportunity, he needed to research this little loach pendant. In the end, the soul essence of the mother beast was sold for 29 million RMB. The real value of a special soul essence was roughly around 20 million. After its price had risen by nearly 10 million, it was clear that the demand far outstripped the supply. He's rich. He became rich in an instant. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.